Recently, India achieved a mammoth feat in the trade sector. India had set an ambitious target of $400 billion of export goods for financial year 2021-22 and managed to reach it 9 days ahead of the set date in March 2022. Despite the pandemic years that crippled markets globally, India took advantage, seeing the past and present trends and adapting to changing policies across the globe. Goods from all over the country were exported to various international markets owing to the demand and an environment enabling trade facilitated by the Modi government. Hi, I am Richa and this is NIJ Explained. Today, we look at export stories from India that helped in accomplishing such a massive goal. To begin with, here are the top 5 export performing aspirational districts that managed to double their exports from September 20, January 21 to September 21, January 2022. Assam's Halaikandi saw a 555% jump in exports of leather goods. Maharashtra's Osmanabad exported cotton and handloom products and rice that amounted to a 376% growth. Jharkhand's Ramgarh exported engineering goods while Assam's Gwalpara exported mica and coal ore. Again, Maharashtra's Nandurbar saw a 277% growth in the export of cotton yarn. Remember, these are aspirational districts, among the poorest districts in the country which suffered due to skewed policies of previous governments for decades. And now they are export hubs. Multiple sectors have performed well in the last 1 year following the post-pandemic recovery trends. If we talk about the merchandise sector, it had recorded the highest ever export of $330 billion in 2018-19. However, the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in the fourth quarter of 2019-20 led to devastating effects worldwide, including on trade. But as the economy began recovering, the merchandise sector bounced back, and today we are at the $400 billion achievement. Before we deep dive into sector-wise data, in case you're wondering how exactly was the massive feat of $400 billion achieved, we need to go back to 2021 to understand what set the ball rolling. On 6th August 2021, Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a virtual meeting with key stakeholders on Local Goes Global, Make in India for the World, with a clarion call to achieve an export target of $400 billion in 2021-22. The meeting was attended by secretaries of concerned ministries and departments, all ambassadors and high commissioners at our missions, export commissioners from states and union territories, industry and trade organizations, export promotion councils, commodity boards and authorities, etc. Around 15,000 people covering 350 organizations and more than 30 central government ministries and departments attended Prime Minister Modi's address from 5,000 various locations. After a devastating pandemic period, it became a priority for the government to focus on exports apart from other multi-sectoral efforts to boost economic growth. And this is exactly where the Modi government succeeded, thrusting the idea of Brand India, which bears a new identity of quality and reliability. So when Prime Minister Modi said, and I quote, "We have to constantly try to add value to India's value-added products for the exports in every nook and corner of the world. We need to constantly add value to our products so that there is a natural demand for them." The vision was crystal clear. The mission was a humongous $400 billion target, and the strategy was policy formulation that was focused on creating an environment that pushed not only for Atmanirbharta but also for tapping into new territories in markets worldwide. And in the past year, India exported goods to over 200 nations. Here's a look at the top 10s in India's remarkable export story. First up, the top 10 export destinations. The US, UAE, China, Bangladesh, Netherlands, Singapore, Hong Kong, UK, Germany, and Belgium. Next, we have the top 10 export commodities. Engineering goods, gems and jewelry, organic and inorganic chemical, cotton yarn and handloom products, electronic goods, plastic and linoleum, rice, marine products, mica, coal and other ores, minerals including processed and cereal preparations and other processed items. While engineering goods came out to be the most exported item, it was organic and inorganic chemical, which performed the best in surpassing its targets. Coming to the agricultural sector, goods from here too saw a jump in export. Basmati rice has been traditionally India's forte in exports, but this time other varieties of rice too saw a rise in exports. One of the biggest factors that made this possible was that India could offer these varieties at competitive prices to the global market amidst the spread of corona. Another driver was the demand from African and Asian countries during the pandemic. India has exported over 13 metric tons of non-basmati rice to the world, worth over Rs 35,000 crores during the year 2020-21. In financial year 22, the same is expected to cross 17 million tons. Non-basmati rice exports have recorded a 51.8% rise between April and December last year due to high purchases made by China and Bangladesh. Countries where India exported rice were Bangladesh, China, Nepal, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Senegal, Somalia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Togo, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Russia. The eastern belt of India benefited from black rice exports since a huge amount of this nutrient-dense variety of rice is cultivated in Assam, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Odisha. In fact, the centre had distributed 750 quintals of black rice seeds to farmers in the Brahmaputra and Barak valleys of Assam, encouraging farming of black rice. Farmers cultivating black rice in Karnataka and UP have also managed to boost their farm incomes owing to the demand of the commodity in international markets and the assistance provided to them by the Modi government. Other segments of agriculture produce too saw an increase in exports during 2020-21. India exported fruits and vegetables worth nearly Rs 10,000 crores. A growth of approximately 12% was witnessed year-on-year, with grapes, pomegranates, mangoes, bananas, oranges accounting for a larger portion of fruits exported from the country, while onions, mixed vegetables, potatoes, tomatoes, and green chili contributed largely to the vegetable export basket. These items were exported to countries like Bangladesh, UAE, Netherlands, Nepal, Malaysia, UK, Sri Lanka, Oman, and Qatar. How has this been made possible? India has developed its cold chain infrastructure and quality assurance measures that have led to increased exports. Apart from large investment pumped in by the private sector, public sector has also taken multiple initiatives in the areas of integrated post-harvest handling facilities and capacity building initiatives at the farmers, processors, and exporters levels. Every corner of India has contributed to achieving this feat. The world's most delicious apricot made its way to supermarkets in Dubai from the Union Territory of Ladakh. In a major boost to India's agricultural products export potential, India recorded a huge surge of 387%. From $1742 during April-January 2021-22, immensely benefiting the livelihood of thousands of farmers from northern and central India, majorly from Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Bihar, and Gujarat. In recent years, India has successfully tapped into new markets such as Yemen, Afghanistan, Qatar, and Indonesia. Over the last few years, the Modi government has made tremendous efforts in boosting the agricultural infrastructure in the country. This is evident from the fact that pan-India agro-processing clusters were set up to open avenues for the farming community. While Varanasi's fresh vegetable cluster saw a rise in exports, banana from the Anantapur cluster in Andhra Pradesh and Theni cluster in Tamil Nadu found a market in Middle Eastern nations. For that matter, even the Nagpur orange cluster made it to the supermarkets of the Middle East. Moving on to the world's pharmacy, that is India. The pharma sector too showed its growing strength, especially with the manufacturing of COVID-19 vaccines. Hyderabad-based Bharat Biotech has developed and is manufacturing and exporting its vaccine Covaxin. Oxford AstraZeneca developed Covishield is being manufactured by the Serum Institute of India. The government has also financially supported the vaccine makers through various production-linked incentive schemes. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had announced Rs 900 crore for funding as part of the Atmanirbhar Bharat package under COVID Suraksha mission for research and development of the COVID-19 vaccine. Overall, engineering goods, petroleum products, organic and inorganic, chemical, cotton, yarn, or fabs or made-ups, handloom products, etc., plastic and linoleum, mica, coal and other ores, minerals including process were the commodities that achieved a full 100% or above of the export target. Exports are a significant contributor to employment generation, boost manufacturing, and also help in enhancing GDP levels. They also help to elevate MSMEs that are an integral part of the economy. And now, with a number of PLI schemes for over 14 sectors announced in the year's union budget and various FTAs that the government is signing, the Modi government's firm resolve to strengthen India's economy is visible. one milestone at a time. Keep watching NIJ for more insightful videos. Until next time, this is Richa Dwivedi signing off. Dhanyavad and Namaste.